Hello students, welcome back to my channel RK Classes. Today we are going to discuss final accounts. While preparing final account, we have to prepare trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet. Trading account is prepared with the help of direct expenses and direct incomes, whereas profit and loss account is prepared with the help of indirect expenses and indirect incomes. And balance sheet is prepared, which is a summary of assets and liabilities. Direct expenses, how we will identify which are direct expenses, which are indirect expenses, which are direct incomes, which are indirect income. So basically those expenses which are incurred to bring the goods into godown of the trader is known as direct expenses. This includes purchases, carriage inward, freight, custom duty, excise duty, power, fuel, gas and other direct expenses. Whereas direct incomes are those incomes which are generated from the operating activity of the business. Usually sales is the main direct income. Indirect expenses are those expenses which are incurred by a business concern to sell the goods. This includes office expenses, administrative expenses, then selling expenses, distribution expenses, etc. Indirect incomes are those incomes which are not derived directly from the operating activity of the business. The example of indirect incomes are discount, interest, dividend received, etc. So, when we will get a question of final account, we will get a trial balance, and within that, beneath the trial balance, we will get few adjustments. So, before starting preparing trial balance, we need to go through the trial balance and identify which are direct expenses, which are indirect expenses, which are assets from the debit side of trial balance, and direct incomes, indirect incomes and liabilities from the credit side of trial balance. So trading account is prepared with the help of direct expenses and direct incomes. Profit and loss account is prepared with the help of indirect expenses and indirect incomes. And balance sheet, which is a summary of assets and liabilities, which prepared with the help of assets and liabilities. So now we can have the format of final accounts, that is format of trading account, PL account and balance sheet. In trading account, the first item of debit side will be opening stock, and then we have to write purchases, and if there is any purchase return, that needs to be subtracted. And after that we have to write all those direct expenses. In the credit side, we have to write sales. If there is any sales return there, that will be subtracted, and closing stock will appear next. Now after writing all direct expenses in debit side and indirect expenses in credit side, we have to balance trading account. Usually the credit side of trading account, which represents income, is heavier than debit side. If this is the situation, then the difference will be treated as gross profit. That is, from the total of credit side, we have to subtract the items appearing in the debit side of trading account, and whatever remains, that is termed as gross profit, and vice versa. If debit side is heavier than credit side, then it will be treated as gross loss, which will be shown in the credit side of trading account. After balancing the trading account, we have to prepare profit and loss account. This will be prepared with the, as I discussed earlier, this will be prepared with the help of indirect expenses and indirect income. First of all, we have to show the gross profit derived from trading account in the credit side of profit and loss account, and if there is a gross loss, that will appear in the debit side of profit and loss account. And after that, from trial balance, we will show all indirect expenses such as salary, advertisement, insurance, rent, interest, bad debts, discount allowed to the debit side of profit and loss account. And from the credit side of trial balance, we will show all indirect incomes such as dividend received, interest received, discount received in the credit side of profit and loss account. After putting all indirect expenses in debit side and indirect incomes in credit side, we have to balance profit and loss account. As we have balanced after balancing trade account, we got gross profit and gross loss. Similarly, after balancing profit and loss account, we will get either net profit or net loss. If the total of credit side is more than total of debit side, then the balancing figure will be treated as net profit and will be transferred to the capital account. Vice versa, if debit side is heavier than credit side, then the balancing figure will be treated as net loss. After preparing profit and loss account, now we have to prepare the balance sheet, and the balance sheet will be prepared with the help of assets and liabilities. The liability in the liability side, we will start with capital, then we have to add the net profit derived from profit and loss account, and vice versa, we have to subtract net loss, though it has been not shown here, but we have to subtract net loss if there, and then we have to subtract drawings, then it will be taken to the outer side, then creditors, bills payable, loan taken, outstanding expenses and prepaid incomes will appear in the liability side. Similarly, from the asset side, we will show the fixed assets. Various type of fixed assets are there, such as plant and machinery, land and building. Fixed assets will be shown in the asset side, and if there is any depreciation thereon, that will be subtracted. If investment is there, that will also appear in the asset side. Then current assets such as stock, debtors. From debtors, we have to subtract provision for bad and doubtful debts, and cash and bank. Then prepaid expenses as well as accrued incomes will appear in the asset side. If our calculation and postings are absolutely correct, then both sides of balance sheet must agree. That means it implies that total assets and total liabilities should be equal. If it happens, we should feel happy that we have done correctly. If not, we have to check it out whether where is our error. If there is and there may be any casting error, maybe posting error, so we have to go through once, and we have to locate the error, and we have to rectify it, so that the balance sheet must agree. However, if after checking entries, if we are not in a position to locate any mistake, then we have to check the total of trial balance. If the total of trial balance is agreeing, both side of trial balance is same, then we can say that our posting in trading account, PL account or balance sheet, or casting in trading account, PL account or balance sheet is not correct. So we have to check it out and locate the error. Only after locating the error, we will be able to agree our balance sheet. As I discussed you that after in below trial balance, we get a few adjustments. It includes outstanding expenses, closing stock, prepaid expenses, accrued incomes, provision for bad and doubtful debts, etc. So before going for preparing final account, we must be aware of treatments of adjustments appearing below the trial balance. So here I am discussing how we will treat the adjustments in final account. These are the common adjustments which usually appears in a question of final account. The first very common adjustment is closing stock. If it is appearing below the trial balance, first of all it will be shown in the credit side of trading account, and then subsequently it will be shown in the asset side of balance sheet. We should be aware that every adjustment given below the trial balance must be treated twice. That means it will be treated either once in trading account, PL account, and once in balance sheet, or it may be treated once in trading account and next in profit and loss account. So every adjustment must be treated twice. Let us discuss the next adjustment, which is outstanding expenses or accrued incomes. If we are getting adjustment like this, what we have to do while drafting profit and loss account or trading account, we have to add those outstanding expenses with the related expenses. Say there is outstanding wages to the extent of rupees 5,000. So while drafting trading account, we will show the wages given in trial balance in inner column, and then we have to add outstanding wages to get the final figure, and that final figure will be taken to the outside column, the outer column. And secondly, it will be shown in the liability side of balance sheet. If there is any adjustment like prepaid expenses or expenses paid in advance or unexpired expenses, the treatment of this type of adjustment will be subtracted from the concerned or related expenses, and the same will be shown in the asset side of balance sheet. In this way, the dual aspect of treatment will be completed. If we are getting accrued income or income earned but not received, then this adjustment will be treated like this. We have to add with related incomes, and this will be shown in the asset side of balance sheet. Suppose we are getting an adjustment like accrued interest, then it will be added with the interest in profit and loss, credit side of profit and loss account, and subsequently it will be shown in the asset side of balance sheet. If we are getting any adjustment like pre-received incomes or incomes received in advance, it will be treated it will be deducted from the related incomes either in trading account or profit and loss account, depending on the nature of income. If it is direct income, it will be subtracted in trading account. If it is indirect income, the adjustment will be done in profit and loss account, and it will be shown in the liability side of balance sheet. Then comes depreciation on fixed assets. Fixed assets mean plant and machinery, land and building, furniture and fittings. If any adjustment is given below the trial balance, then we have to calculate the depreciation amount, and that will be shown in the debit side of profit and loss account, and the same amount will be subtracted from the related assets while drafting balance sheet. Then comes provision for bad and doubtful debts and discount on debtors. If we are getting this adjustment, what we have to do? We have to calculate the amount of provision for bad and doubtful debts on debtors at the given percentage, and that will be shown in the debit side of profit and loss account, and will be subtracted from the debtors in balance sheet. And provision for discount on debtors will also be calculated on debtors. However, first of all, we have to subtract the provision for bad and doubtful debts from debtors, and then we have to calculate this provision for discount on debtors on remaining debtors. For example, say if debtors given in trial balance is rupees 50,000 and adjustment provide bad and doubtful debts, at the rate of 5%, and provide discount on debtors at the rate of 2%. Suppose this is profit and loss account. How it will be treated? and this is balance sheet. We will write debtors here, 50,000 in inner column. Then we have to deduct PBDD at the rate of 5% on 50,000, it comes to 2,500. Then we have to subtract this. This will appear in debit side to PBDD 2,500. Then we have to subtract less PDD, provision for discount on debtors, at the rate of 2%. It will be calculated on 47,500 and it comes to 950 rupees. Then this amount will be taken outside, 46,450, and this will appear in the debit side of profit and loss account as PDDD rupees 950. So if any provision for bad and doubtful debts is there, that will be shown in the debit side of profit and loss account and will be deducted from the debtors. Provision for discount on creditors will be treated in similar manner. It will be calculated on amount and on balance of creditors given in trial balance at given percentage, and whatever amount is that will appear in the credit side of profit and loss account and will be deducted from creditors in liability side. Then comes, if we are getting adjustment like this, goods distributed as free sample or charity, then this adjustment will be deducted from the purchases in trading account and will be shown in the debit side of profit and loss account as an addition with advertisement or separately. However, this adjustment will not be treated in balance sheet because its dual effect is completed in trading and PL account. Then if we are getting adjustments, goods withdrawn by proprietor for personal use or personal consumption, then it will be deducted from the purchases in debit side of trading account and the same amount will be deducted from capital account. If we are getting adjustment like this, credit sales not recorded in books, then how it will be treated? We have to add this amount with sales in trading account and this will be also added with debtors in asset side. However, we have to be very careful. If we are getting this adjustment along with adjustment of provision for bad and doubtful debts, then what we have to do? First of all, we have to add this amount with debtors, then we have to calculate provision for bad and doubtfuls on final balance of debtor. If we are getting adjustment like this, credit purchases not recorded in books, add with the this will be treated as this treated in this manner. We have to add this with purchases in trading account and the same will be shown in the liability side of balance sheet as addition with creditors, or we can show it separately. So these were few adjustments which are very common in question of final account. Out of the suppose closing stock, we will get adjustments like outstanding expenses, prepaid expenses, accrued incomes, pre-received incomes. We will get adjustment like depreciation, provision for bad and doubtful debt. These are very common adjustments which always appears in a question of final account below the trial balance. However, apart from this, there are few more adjustments which can be treated as typical adjustments. This should be this can be treated in the following manner, or this can be adjusted in the following manner. Say the adjustments are fixed assets purchased but debited to purchases account. If we are getting adjustments like this, fixed assets purchased but debited to purchases account, then what we have to do while preparing trading account, PL account and balance sheet, the amount will be deducted from purchases in trading account and the same amount will be added with the fixed assets. The this adjustment is very important. Goods destroyed by fire or goods lost in theft. This adjustment is very important and we have to be very careful. This is a triangular adjustment. Say goods costing rupees 10,000 is destroyed by fire and insurance company admitted a claim of rupees 8,000. Adjustment is goods destroyed by fire, goods costing rupees 10,000 destroyed by fire, insurance claim company admitted a claim of rupees 8,000. How this adjustment will be treated while drafting profit and loss account, trading account, profit and loss account and balance sheet? What we have to do, we have to deduct the total cost, that is rupees 10,000 from purchases, and we have to show the net loss, that is 10,000 was the actual cost and insurance company admitted a claim of only 8,000. So there is a loss of rupees 10,000, net loss of rupees 10,000. There is a net loss of rupees 2,000. 10,000 minus 8,000. That rupees 2,000 will appear in the debit side of profit and loss account. And rupees 8,000 which was admitted by insurance company will appear as an asset in the asset side of balance sheet. Clear? Wages. Then comes next adjustment, wages paid for installation of machinery debited to wages account. If we are getting this type of adjustment, that means any revenue expenditure incurred for either erection or installation of any fixed assets, then what we have to do, we have to deduct that amount from the concerned related expenses and the same amount will be added with the related assets in balance sheet. Then cash withdrawn, cash purchases wrongly debited to sales account. If we are getting adjustment like this, then what we have to do, we have to add this with purchases and sales in trading account. There will be no treatment in balance sheet. If cash sales is wrongly credited to purchases account, if we are getting adjustment like this, then what we have to do, we have to add this with purchases and sales in trading account and there will be no treatment in balance sheet. If we are getting adjustment like this, sundry debtors include a sum of rupees 1,000 receivable from Mr. X and sundry creditors include rupees 1,000 payable to him, that is Mr. X. This type of transaction, this type of adjustment is known as mutual adjustment or mutual debts. If we are getting adjustment like this, that means the same person is my debtor as well as my creditors too. So what we have to do, we have to take the minimum amount of the two and then we have to deduct this from both debtors and creditors in balance sheet. There will be no treatment in either trading account or profit and loss account. Then if we are getting adjustment like this, expenses includes personal expenses of proprietor. If any expenses given in trial balance that includes any personal expenses of proprietor, then what we have to do, we have to subtract that amount from the related expenses in either trading account or profit and loss account and the same amount will be deducted from capital as drawings. Interest on capital. If we are getting adjustment like this, interest on capital, then what we have to do, we have to show this in debit side of profit and loss account and the same will be added with capital in liability side. If we are getting adjustment like interest on drawings, it will be shown in the credit side of profit and loss account and will be subtracted from capital. If we are getting adjustment like purchases includes materials used for building, then what we have to do, this amount will be deducted from purchases and the same amount will be added with assets in asset side of balance sheet. So this was the typical these were the typical adjustments which we generally out of these 10 adjustment we may get 1 or 2 typical adjustment in final account. However, the common adjustment which was discussed earlier, out of this 12 adjustment we generally get 5 to 6 adjustment in below the trial balance while we are getting any question of profit and loss account. So students, hope you have understood the various parts of final account. To recap, I can say final account is consists of three parts: trading account, profit and loss account, and balance sheet. Trading account is prepared with the help of direct expenses and direct incomes. Profit and loss account is prepared with the help of indirect expenses and direct incomes. However, balance sheet is a summary of assets and liabilities, so it is prepared with the help of assets and liabilities. So, one thing we have to always bear in our mind, if we are getting a question of final account, first of all, what we have to do, we have to go through the trial balance. We will take one pencil or any marker or any pen. We will tick out which are direct expenses, which are indirect expenses, which are assets, which are liabilities. Not only that, after trial balance we are getting few adjustments, so we have to also go through the adjustments, and we have to either star mark or we have to hash with those items which are related with the given adjustments, because we have to be very careful while preparing profit and loss account or while treating adjustments items must be treated twice, either once in trading account PL account, once in balance sheet, or either once in trading account, secondly in profit and loss account, or once in PL account, secondly in secondly in balance sheet. So if we are completing the dual aspects of every adjustment, the chances of mistake will be minimum, and in that case our balance sheet will agreed in very first attempt. Otherwise, if we will ignore any adjustment, if we will suppose if we have done one adjustment in profit and loss account and we thought that we will write second adjustment while preparing balance sheet, we may skip it, and in that case our balance sheet will never agree. So we will in next class or in next lecture or in next video, we will take one question of final account, and we will see how we will prepare profit and we will prepare final account in very short period of time, because in examination our time is very limited, so we have to allocate 15 minutes only for preparing final account. So how can we prepare final account quickly, that will be shown in my next video. So till that, goodbye.